Cures Within Reach is funding my clinical research project evaluating quetiapine, an atypical antipsychotic, as treatment for pediatric delirium. This repurposing research is important, as up to 40,000 children in the United States are affected by delirium each year, and there are currently no FDA-approved medications available to treat delirium in these critically ill children. Funding from Cures Within Reach has allowed me to develop a randomized, blinded study evaluating the safety and efficacy of this treatment option. Results of this study could affect change in pediatric critical care units nationwide in 2 to 3 years' time.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Crystal Langto, and I'm a senior scientist here at Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center in the Hurwitz Brain Sciences Research Program. I'm here to talk to you today about my CWR project. It's a randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trial that's looking at the effectiveness of a drug called nabilone, which is a cannabinoid, in people with Alzheimer's disease. Importantly, these people with Alzheimer's disease have agitation, which is a very big problem, not only for the caregiver, but also for the patients themselves. When you see someone with agitation, you know that their quality of life is very poor. With this funding, I'm going to be running with my team the first randomized placebo-controlled clinical trial looking at a cannabinoid related to cannabis that's available in a pill form that can be used for agitation in people with Alzheimer's disease. We're also looking at pain, which is one of the causes of agitation, as well as weight loss in these people. We're hopeful that this medication is going to be able to help with all of those programs. This is called a repurposing trial, and repurposing is very important because it takes a drug that's already available on the market and looks at it in people with a different disease. It's important because if this study is successful, it can rapidly lead to changing clinical practice. Because the drug's available on the market, we can change clinical practice guidelines and recommend this medication. The results for this trial will be available in 4 years. So I'd like to thank Cures Within Reach for supporting this very important clinical trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret Christie and Cures Within Reach. You made it possible for us to use the photographs of melanoma patients from one of my other studies to build a library of images to train primary care physicians how to check the skin of their patients for melanomas.
Hello from Boston. I am Dr. Denise Spousman from the Mass General Hospital and Harvard Medical School. I'm sorry not to be with you in person today. As you know, we are currently conducting a phase 2 clinical trial to reverse type 1 diabetes. The trial is rather unique. We're working with a 100-year-old generic drug, and the trial is also unique in that we're working with people that have type 1 diabetes for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Our research is funded almost exclusively by philanthropies like Cures Within Research, and you have been extremely generous in the past at supporting this work and moving it to the next steps to actually get this drug on the market as an inexpensive therapy. I'm not exaggerating when I say that we would not be here without your support. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pam Ansari, and my lab is studying a new approach to treat type 1 diabetes. Here, cells that make insulin are inside a device that can hide them from the immune system. Cures Within Reach is funding a new method we're studying to preserve those cells, and it's allowed me to build technology we could not have made otherwise. Repurposing is a very important strategy for therapeutics as a way to get a therapy to patients much quicker. And we are able to now use a device that was made years ago but wasn't working with the help of Cures Within Reach.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Adams. I'm the founder of Pharma LLC. And we are repurposing a drug that's been used in Europe and Asia for decades. It's available in 45 countries worldwide, but it's not available in the US. It's for severe complications of liver cirrhosis and has potential to save thousands of lives. Cures Within Reach made a small equity investment in our company a couple of years ago and really helped us to make great progress towards bringing this therapy to the US market. With me today is Dr. Martin Santa, who's been an advisor to our company. He's helped us in all sorts of great ways since we were founded. And I asked him to talk briefly about these patients with advanced liver cirrhosis. Marty?
Patients with advanced liver cirrhosis, regardless of their etiology, have one thing in common. They can go on for years, maybe on decades, leading a good life with minimal symptoms, highly functional. Then they reach a tipping point when the portal hypertension gets so bad they start developing ascites and pedal edema. At this point, it's like entering a whirlpool where they have multiple symptoms, including nausea, weight loss, from malnutrition, and it just gets worse and worse. We have, at the present time, very limited medical and surgical options to offer these people, and it's really sad to take care of them. They have tremendous needs for hospitalization and care, tremendous costs in watching them. The idea that we're going to have a possible new family of drugs that will help us is extremely exciting.
Thank you, Marty. And thank you, Cures Within Reach. Goodbye.
Hi, I'm Sarah Kime from Ohio State University. Cures Within Reach is funding 2 of my clinical projects testing nutraceuticals to treat early autism and to promote brain development in toddlers who are born prematurely. This funding has allowed me to enroll more children and to keep them engaged in the research long enough to detect changes in behavior and cognitive ability as they get closer to entering school. This would have otherwise not been possible. This repurposing research is important because there are no proven treatments for the core symptoms of autism and no pharmaceuticals to boost brain development in young children. With the funds from Cures Within Reach, we were able to demonstrate the promise of our treatment and leverage this funding to receive a major 3-year federal research grant to take this work to the next level. Results from these trials could affect change in the clinic as soon as next year for children with early signs of autism.
Hi, this is my mom, Sarah Leary. She is a doctor that helps kids with brain tumor.
And this is my son, Thomas, who's going to help me explain my research. Thomas, how many FDA-approved drugs are there for grown-ups with cancer?
Hundreds.
And what's the most common cancerous tumor in kids?
Brain tumor.
And if a kid like you got a brain tumor, how many FDA-approved drugs are there for you?
0.
Does that seem fair?
No.
Cures Within Reach is funding my clinical trial to select and repurpose new targeted therapies for children with brain tumors. Repurposing research is absolutely essential for pediatric cancer, and this funding is changing the way we practice now. What do you think of that?
Thank you, Cures Within Reach.